Well, here I go again. I'm not going to wait for this afternoon to record like I did yesterday. I just finished writing the blurb, and I'm ready to go for the video for the 22nd of July, although it won't get posted till this afternoon late. Anyway, the title is The Dilemma of Being a Human on Earth. I've been reading new messages from friends, old and new, something I do every day. So many people are confused, and many are hurting as well. Some want me to give them answers. I used to think I had answers. But when certain things happened or failed to happen in my own life, I realized that I knew nothing. That is very hard to deal with for someone like me who has felt connected to God as far back as I can remember, into my childhood. Now, since I had my non-mortgaged home stolen by criminals acting as attorneys and judges, enforced by deluded men posing as legitimate police, I admit I have felt abandoned. Some days are better than others. But when I see longtime friends also struggling, feelings of despair surface. We live on a planet where the worst of the worst are in control, where lies are exalted and violence is supported and even encouraged. Some are even offering a lot of gold to mercenaries who will arrest or kill the ringleaders of the cabal. This is the dilemma of being human on earth at this time. Some days I just wish I could die and never come back. Do you ever feel like that? That's not a very happy sounding blurb, and I don't mean for it to be happy sounding, because that's the kind of feelings that I've had here this morning, especially as I've read some things from my friends who have lost jobs or have major health issues and are feel as if they're dying, and I have other people wanting me to refriend all the people that were critical of me when I was going through the worst time of my life physically, with all of my health issues that I had last year, and they were just unthoughtful people led by Friar Newberg and others. And I was asked again to refriend some of these people, but I don't know who are the real ones and who aren't. And I have no intention of trying to figure out who the alter egos are that were created by Friar Newberg, who had so many names, it's not funny. Anyway, it's a challenging time to be alive, to be human on this planet at this time. I mean, it is really challenging. We are between an old and a new paradigm. We're supposed to be in the new paradigm. That some people are still saying that happened on 2012. I'm sorry. When is it going to show up? When are the evil ones going to give up? When is the devil going to be taken out or restricted by God so that the devil doesn't even have any more power? These are things questions that I have to look at and ask myself and respond to within myself every day. Every day I have to go through this thing. I'm still living with my son. I mean, there's things that I'd like to do, but he's sleeping on the couch again instead of going into his bedroom. And so that I have to be more quiet even than normal, because I can't go and do things in the front room or the kitchen that I would normally want to do, because there he is on the couch. At least he's not sleeping out on the front porch, has happened, other times. But it's a challenge for me, folks. It's a real challenge for me. And losing my home was by far The biggest challenge I've ever had to face, because my home did not have a mortgage on it. And my banker of my bank that I actually bank at, when she told the story, she says, they can't just take a mortgage and move it from one property to another. They can't do that. She says, that's illegal. But they did. They did. That's what they claim to have done. They claim to have moved the indebtedness of the Mary Horgan, not the Mary Horgan Center, but Mary Horgan's house in Merritt Island, which had, that's where the mortgage was. The mortgage was on that house. My part of the inheritance from Dr. Mary, which we've talked about in other videos, where I insisted that she give the Shriners, who turned out to be very terrible people, at least in the local community, and I suspect many places. They're not honorable people. They're part of the cabal. They're part of the establishment that is defrauding humanity of our natural God-given rights. We are all millionaires. In fact, in the current monetary standards, we are multimillionaires. Every single boy, girl, man, woman on this planet is a multimillionaire. We have that much wealth if it were to be evenly divided among all of the population, but it's not. 1% or less control 50% or more of the total financial monetary resources on the planet, the way that the system is currently set up. Now, they're going to gold-backed standards, and they're offering, I forget, a ton of gold to anybody that can take down some of the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and the Bushes and the Clintons and some of these arch criminals. They're willing to give mercenaries that money. A mercenary is not a person who has good intentions. So a mercenary can be bought, whoever offers the most money. And they'll go from this one to that one, and they don't care who the enemy is. The objective is not who the enemy is or who we're supposed to get rid of, not what our mission is. The objective is, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to have money to do what I want to do. And that's wrong, folks. That's not a motivation for any good to be accomplished. I'm sorry. But these are the things that I look at that's going on the planet. And I read a lot of stuff, or have it now with my automatic reader. I have it read to me because I can just highlight it. And as soon as I say copy, it starts reading it immediately. That's a nice program. What's it called? Ivona Reader. And it's a nice program. So anyway, I struggle. And I know many of you, I'm hearing from some of you, you struggle. And it breaks my heart to hear of people losing their income and not knowing what they're going to be doing, or losing their health. It breaks my heart. I mean, I wish there was something I could do to remedy the ungodly, demonic situation. It's a demonic situation. And to me, it belongs in the realm of spirit, because humans have been brainwashed, as I've said so many times, myself included. I'm not saying they, I'm saying we have been deluded by a system of lies, and by the arch liar of all time, Lucifer, whatever name you want to call him, the devil, whatever you want to say. Folks, we've got to somehow get out of this. And I don't know what the answer is. Pray for one another. That's all I can say. And ask God to finally do something. Not just talk about it. Not just make idle promises, but actually fulfill the promises that have been made for a long time. on that note, I'm going to say goodbye for today and namaste.